So let's get healthy. What's up, everyone? So it's been one of those days. We had a friend and a colleague of mine pass out at work, bonk her head, and she took an ambulance ride over to the hospital, spent the day at the hospital. She's home now, doing better. So hopefully Melissa's back to work on Monday and feeling good. Let's hope so anyway. But to what we're doing today. The sun's actually shining. I got a door open to a truck. You know what that means, y'all. Gotta put a floor in. Well, actually, we're gonna cut this out. So I gotta come in here, come along this seam right here. I'm gonna grind that plate off. And we're gonna do the same thing up here. And then right along here. So we'll go right here, up there, and right there. That's actually the cab mount right there. I tried to get that off, but we're gonna have to cut that thing off too. So I'm getting my face mask, some gloves, and hearing protection this time. Always make sure you have the proper PPE for what you're doing. Otherwise you could end up in the hospital. So I'm going to go ahead and glove up, get ready, and I'm actually going to use a couple different tools. So we're going to use just a normal cutoff wheel, and then I got a grinder. And we might have to pull out the Sawzall. I'm not sure yet. But this is what the panel actually looks like, or supposed to look like. So I have a little bit down here that is going to be spot welded to right here. And then I got to see how it's, if it's on top, or if it's if it welds on the top or the bottom. And then right there. So I'm gonna get working on this. I'll get partly the way through and I'll show it to you, but since that's actually the cab mount, that's my floor, I'm actually gonna support the cab underneath here on the pinch weld right there. That way, you know, the cab doesn't just fall. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that up, and I'll show you where I'm putting it. That way you guys, if you're doing something like this, maybe it'll help you. I don't know. I'll be right back. So we just have it right like that. Just enough to support the cab. Well, this corner of the cab anyway. Normally I would pull that bolt out, but I'm gonna have to cut the head off and then pull the bolt out. So I'll probably do that first, and yeah, I'll be back once I get that done. Alright, I got the first step done. I got the bolt cut. So now I'm going to go ahead and grind that off, and check out up there. And I'm probably just going to take the Sawzall to that down there. And then I'll grind everything off. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that. But in the meantime, with how hot it is out here, as you can see, I'm sweating bullets. Gotta stay hydrated. Go Minnesota Wild. I got everything weld through primered, and yeah, I hit my connector. So we're gonna do this repair as best as possible. I got everything cleaned up as much as I could. Gonna have to add some metal into the cab right there, but we'll do that after I get some things welded. There's a nice solid piece on the bottom, and I'm gonna weld everything to that. When you're using the weld through primer, I'll show you what I use. This stuff, for the love of God, do it out in the open. It's very strong stuff. It'll mess up your lungs pretty good. So make sure and use a respirator and well ventilated if you're not in a booth. It dries super quick, so you don't really have to worry too much about overspray. But I'm going to go ahead and set these parts in, and I'll show you kind of how they sit. Okay, I got her welded in. She ain't going anywhere. So I'm going to go in and cook some dinner, and then I'm going to come back out and do some more work. We're going to get that floor pan in tonight, hopefully. Don't quote me on that. I'm going to shut the welder off now, but I'll be back. Okay, so I got it welded in. I got to do some patchwork, and then I'm going to add a lip right there, so I'll take care of that. But she's in. I got to do a little more tack welding, as you can see on the far side over there. And then I'm going to do some welding on the bottom, on that center brace. But I got a floor. I'm going to do some final work on it, and I'll show you guys the finished product. But for tonight, I'm going to call it a night. I'm burnt out for the day. I'm done. But like, subscribe, comment, ask questions. But from here in Iowa, deuces everybody.